Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Hunt for Multibaggers. It's Sunday, January 18th, 2026, and we've been sifting through a fresh batch of data collected yesterday, January 17th.
That's right, Ethan. Our AI-driven analysis flagged several tickers with a significant increase in social chatter. We saw a handful of different stocks generating a lot of buzz, which is always interesting.
Indeed. While some of the market commentary points to clear bullish sentiment on specific opportunities, we've also got to sift through some highly speculative picks with more community optimism than hard data. It's a mixed bag, but definitely some intriguing potential in the mix. Kicking things off today, let's dive into Altimmune Inc., ticker symbol ALT. This one's got quite a story brewing. Our analysis picked up a really detailed bullish post that argues ALT's stock has been artificially suppressed by what they call an options-driven dealer pin. The thesis is that this containment is now ending, opening the door for a significant re-rating based on fundamentals.
The box theory, as it's been dubbed. It's an interesting narrative to explain away a stock's historical underperformance, isn't it? While I appreciate the comprehensive speculative analysis, Ethan, the hard KPIs paint a different picture. We're looking at a company with a negative earnings per share of negative 1.07, zero net profit margin, and a concerning debt-to-equity ratio of 8.569. Those aren't exactly screaming buy from a profitability standpoint. I hear you, Brooke, but let's look at the forward-looking signals the AI-generated insights highlighted. The post explicitly mentions strong data, important FDA milestones, and growing buyout speculation that were supposedly masked by this pin. And here's a big one for me. Insider trades show a net shares purchased percentage of 9.32%. Insiders buying shares, especially when the stock is trading closer to its 52-week low of 2.9 compared to its high of 7.73, is a very strong vote of confidence, you know? It suggests they believe the underlying value is far greater than the current price. Insider buying is certainly a positive data point, I'll give you that. It's one of the few green flags among a sea of red for profitability and efficiency. The author of that post suggests that the current negative financial KPIs are lagging indicators, and that future partnerships or a buyout could dramatically improve these metrics. But for now, they are what they are. This isn't the first time ALT has been discussed, but it's never been strongly rated by our system before. Well, this new box theory and the insider activity really does shift the dynamic. If the structural suppression theory holds, and those strong fundamentals are indeed ready to surface, the current price offers considerable upside. This feels like a strong candidate for a deeper dive. It's high risk, high reward, to be sure, but given the insider confidence and the detailed bullish case, I think it warrants a closer look, especially if we can validate those strong data and FDA milestones. Agreed. So for Altimmune Inc., ALT, our AI-generated insights today suggest a buy for further investigation. Next up, we have Taco. Now, this one appeared on our hot leads list with 14 new posts, indicating a fair bit of social media chatter.
Yeah, a decent number of posts can sometimes signal an emerging trend or a potential short squeeze candidate. You know, a lot of retail interest can generate some serious momentum.
That's one way to look at it, Ethan. My perspective is that 14 posts without any accompanied detailed AI-generated analysis or key performance indicators gives us virtually nothing to go on. There's no fundamental basis, no revenue, no EPS, no debt figures. It's pure speculative buzz at this point. There's no previous rating for Taco that our system has flagged.
You're right, Brooke. It's definitely in the high speculation category without more data. It's the kind of situation where you see a lot of talk, but you really have to ask yourself what's actually driving it, beyond just talk.
Precisely. Until we have some concrete AI-generated insights into its business, its financials, or upcoming catalysts, it's just noise. For Taco, we have to classify this as a stay away. And finally for today, we're looking at ASG. This one generated even more interest than Taco, with a significant 31 new posts on our hot leads list. That kind of volume suggests a really active and optimistic community discussing it, perhaps anticipating some major moves. Active community? Yes, Ethan. Actionable data? No. Again, like Taco, we have zero AI-generated analysis, no KPIs, no fundamental insights, no news, no upcoming corporate events. 31 posts about a stock without any supporting information makes it an extremely high-risk proposition. It's pure sentiment, and sentiment without substance can evaporate quickly. ASG hasn't had any previous ratings from our AI insights either. Absolutely, Brooke. Without any underlying data to support the enthusiasm, it's impossible to gauge its growth potential or even understand what the company does. But that high post count does suggest it's captured the attention of a lot of individuals, hinting at a potential speculative play that people are really latching onto. It might be capturing attention, but it's certainly not capturing my investment dollars without a fundamental reason. We simply can't recommend investigating something purely on the back of post count. I agree on the risk, but the sheer volume of discussion means it's definitely on people's radars. However, for our purposes, it's a stay away due to the lack of any supporting AI-generated insights. All right, let's quickly round up today's candidates based on our AI-generated insights and market commentary. Investigate as buy. Altimmune Inc., ALT. Investigate as cautious buy. None. Investigate as speculative gamble. ASG. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of the Daily Hunt for Multibaggers. Before we sign off, remember this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The content is generated by artificial intelligence and does not constitute financial advice. Listeners should conduct their own research or consult a licensed financial advisor before making investment decisions. We are not responsible for any losses incurred. The market is a wild place, and knowledge is your best asset. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll catch you next time on The Daily Hunt.